Hello Final Fantasy fans, welcome back to a top 5, and we're going to skip this rocky start and get right into the cards. And you might have figured out that Shantoto is going to be kicking it off. This chick knows how to destroy your day. Most often you're going to be playing this against a Golbez deck. You're going to have 5 or 6 forwards in the field. Wipe it up, clean it up, and get yourself very quickly back into the game. If you combo this with cards such as Devout, where you get to play as Shantoto and then Devout something on the field, you're going to be really secure with where you're sitting and probably getting in a couple points of damage before your opponent can recover. Yes, it does wipe both sides of the board, but you're always in control of it. So it's very easy to bait your opponent into this situation, or at least put in a situation where you get in a couple points of damage and then you play the Shantoto and clean it up. So absolutely, this is getting our #1 spot. Moving on past that, we have Vincent. And first off, this card's got to be one of the best artworks in the game currently. And yes, they all just come from either artworks or in-game, what have you. But the Dirge of Cerberus Vincent is cash, pure cash. Death penalty obviously being a good effect, even if it is expensive. Choose forwards of total cost 7 or less and get to break them, so it can help you out. It's very versatile, but I really want to concentrate on his first effect. So a 4-drop, 8,000 power is great for his stats on curve, where you want to be, but he cannot be broken by opposing summons or abilities that don't deal damage. Well, when things like Odin are very popular or being played everywhere, it's really difficult to put yourself in a position where you're going to have other cards you care about. Maybe you have a Carbuncle to back it up. And Vincent's just going to be sticky. He likes to stick around. He's obviously an L, and we got the EX support for him as well in this latest set. So Death Penalty is live better than ever. And if Mono Lightning continues to be popular with decks that are relying on cards such as Odin or other break effects, Vincent is where you're going to want to be. Talking about more very difficult forwards who are going to get the job done. 5-drop, 9,000. Great stats as well. And Delita is just a rough guy to deal with. If you choose him by abilities or summons, you're going to be losing something in that process. Now, if you have a backup, let's say, that's going to break him through a various effect, sure, the backup is probably going to break itself as part of the cost. You're not losing too much that way, but chances are, you're not going to want to Al Cid this. It's going to feel awful. You really don't want to waste like a 7-cost Odin on it or something, because you're going to end up taking a damage anyways. Can lead to some very funky EX burst situations. And he's a knight, really, at the end of the day, too, which is a huge boost for him, given the knight stack and being able to tutor for him, giving him plus 1,000 power. I guess technically plus 3,000 if you go with all the buffs, plus Cecil and all that good stuff that the knight stack we're playing. This is absolutely a massive forward that can just get in for damage every single turn. So yes, it does want to be the more aggressive strategy and gives Earth kind of those big beaters that they have. And again, all around is a solid card for what it wants to be doing. Now, the card that I always call Bike, because I can never say Hecaton Care, or I just get tired of saying it, but Bike. When this is one of those cards that we pull, Okimoto, Rice, myself, some of the other sages, it's always split. There's 1 or 2 cards we can never really agree on, and it's this plus the backup, but we'll talk about this one first. Is it better to break something or the Fight Bike, as we're calling it? And pretty much everyone except me agree that the breaking a plus 1,000 power breakup is probably overall where you want to be. Now, there's other things that's going to be breaking, don't get me wrong, because it's cost 3 or more, so you're breaking Minwus, Lulus, the big Lulus, that is, in that case. There's going to be some other interesting ones, I'm sure, in Opus 5 that we're going to want to be breaking, so it's all around versatile. But I love Fight Bike for what it opens up and some of the deal on damage effects. Now, this could totally be just because I love mill decks, and this was like an auto-include in the mill decks. You're like, hey, now I get to play Kefka, block your guy before he's going to die at the end of the turn. I'm just going to use this as well, mill more cards, kill another guy, and it's all very, very cheap for what it wants to be doing. If we get more really cheap, effective buff spells like Titan, I can see Fight Bike getting a lot more play. So that's why it at least deserves an honorable mention here. And then lastly, for a backup, we have the Monk. Now, and that's really where it came down to, but I think that we had a little bit of bias going towards this 2-drop Monk that has plus 3,000 power and Brave. The other one gives you, just the smaller boost, doesn't cost as much, doesn't give you Brave. But when you have things like Death Penalty in your deck and you have the Yang Ursula combo that can help be aggressive as well, maybe just give one of your guys Brave so you can have them on defense, it does a lot more for your deck in that way. So I think ultimately it's probably going to edge out this one over some of the other backups, but of course, let us know. That's why we're doing these videos. Start that discussion. So if I if all these were wrong, you hated all these, except I'm pretty sure no one's going to argue Shantoto, let's be honest, let us know in the comments. Again, I really love getting these videos out there, starting discussion, seeing what other people think are the best cards for Earth leading up to so far. Maybe some of the spoilers would have already replaced this, but again, at the time of recording, this is up to the Opus 4 meta and what we currently have that is legal to play in the game. So if you guys like this video, make sure to drop us a like. That helps us out a ton. Again, comment down below what your favorite Earth cards are going to be. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for future 6 Stages gaming content featuring Final Fantasy trading card game content. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the team, have a good one. This video made possible thanks to our Patreon supporters. Thank you to our honorary sages.